I'm having to talk to you from behind the depths of my steering wheel for this one. But I've got my label. And he put it right in my ass. On my ass, I should say, where I wanted it. But I'm emotionally unstable with a high schizotypal affect. Pretty much. He I was very aware of the schizotypal shit. And he said basically, kind of what I've been saying, it's like my favourite one of my 8. Because most of it's nice. But well, wacky. Fucking pathetic. To a lot of people, but that's just them. Poor people, they're so angry. But I'm borderline. I'm emotionally unstable. The schizotypalness, basically, he said, there's not really much point going down the route of diagnosis with you for that, because there's not really any specific treatments, and that's what you want. You know, he literally said, what are you trying to get from this? Because they do grill you a bit. They fucking grill you. Because they're not interested in people who are self-absorbed and fucking whatever. And so I told him the very real complications that were happening. And he'll call it relationships, but I call it relations. It includes relationships of a sexual or intimate or romantic nature, yes. And yes, have they been fucking extremely difficult for me? Yes. But I call it relations because it's interacting with anyone. And it's the fact that, you know, being sort of in the right about something maybe when someone's been out of order, but it's that hugely overdone fucking colossal fucking response to it, and the hours and days afterwards where you can't stop thinking about it, and it's making just fucking pulling at you and can't focus on what you're doing and that sort of shit. But I was allowed to keep my ADHD as well. I've been referred for what's it called? DBT. No tablets yet. I'm surprised. I thought what was going to be the first thing he would offer me was some pills. So that's what everyone says, isn't it? I just want to give you pills. And he's like, no, he doesn't. He asked me what I wanted, and I told him what I wanted was to try and identify what was going on so that I could treat it and make myself better. Like the word I used this morning, better. Not completely better, better than I was. Learning to cope, learning to manage. That's what my life's got to be about. Now, I'm just going to hide here, because there's something wrong with me. Very fucking wrong. So yeah, it's like, it's a bit anticlimactical, but everything is in my fucking life. Build things up to such a fucking degree that they have no chance of being fucking impressive by the time they actually arrive. I describe myself as easy to please a lot of the time, but I don't think I am. I think I'm quite hard to please. But with this sort of schizotypalness, well, actually, one of the questions he asked me, he said, have you ever self-harmed? And I have. In years gone by, cutting and burning and punching and shit. But he said that involves a lot of other things as well. And I'd say, well, you know, I've always considered smoking to be a form of self-harm because everyone knows the dangers and you're doing it anyway. And people say, oh, yeah, what is it? It's because you're subconsciously thinking, you know, fucking, who cares about you anyway? A lot of the time. It is for me anyway. Can't speak for you. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But that's what I believe. Smoking very often is a form of self-harm. But then he just talked about promiscuity. Easily led is another term for it. But I said, in terms of promiscuous, like sexless promiscuity, like when I went out the other week and I wore a sarong, and I was like, I felt sexy. It's because I'm a woman. It's because I've got a lot of woman in me. But literally, I was talking to a woman. It's a mate's girlfriend. I got on really well with her, and we were chatting. And she just was being, normally the sort of thing I would fucking mildly kick off, but the girl had only just met me and she was being nice. But she sort of pointed to this, my appearance, and she said, it's a little bit much. It's lovely, but it's a little bit much. And I got that she was being kind because, like I say, I communicate energetically. That's how people can say the same thing and get away with it with me, because I communicate energetically, and her energy was kindly about it. But it was the way I answered her. I said, too much for fucking who? I went, I felt like a fucking whore, so I wanted to look fucking slutty. I wanted to look like a fucking slut. To women, not to men. Is that promiscuous? And he was like, yeah, that'll do. Because it's just, that's a new thing. That's a new thing. The desire to look like a slut. What the fuck's that about? It's my reality is what that's fucking about, mate. And so the schizotypalness, like, he agreed. He said it could just stay. He said, does it make you happy? And I said, yeah. He said, then keep it. Keep it. Don't worry about it. It is just you. It is just you. We were joking about it as we left when I talked about the Reiki. And I said, of course, because I do believe I have a sixth sense because I'm schizotypal. He just laughed. He just laughed. But another thing that he said that was really fucking, like, encouraging to me, because I have known the man for nearly 7 years now. And I've been seeing him regularly. Like I say, it was him that was offering me 3 monthly appointments. That's quite frequent. You have to be very unwell to see a psychiatrist once a month. Very fucking unwell. Like, usually having people looking after you for most of the week unwell to see a psychiatrist that fucking often. Because they're so fucking busy. Not just because everyone's got mental health problems. That's what people want you to believe. No, it's because they're cutting services. But what he said was, over the years, it has crossed my mind on much more than one occasion that you do have a very strong, emotionally unstable affect to you. Like I've said before, that's why I like talking to people like Dr. Boop and Dr. Boop. Because you know that when you're talking about one thing, they're writing other things down. Like with this Dr. Boop that I've just seen, he sort of asks a question, and he's like, and the fingers start going. Well, he's typing. He types a lot. And what I like about this is I'm going to get a letter, and I love his letters. The letter I asked for from the other Dr. Boop was a little bit generalistical, whereas Dr. Boop's one are much more specific, and it really does. They're much more localized, because he does see you once in 6 or 3 months, sort of thing. So he always talks about that day, and that's what I like about it, because he quite often will talk about my body language and my, a lot of the stuff that he has noticed that I didn't know that he'd noticed. And so for him to say that over the years, that's how he referred to it, over the years, as I have got to know you, I have often been suspicious of a very clear presence of an emotionally unstable affect around you. So that's me. I'm Mikey, emotionally unstable personality disorderly. With a high schizotypal affect. That's what I am. I'm basically the two that I said I was. Like, because I'm always fucking right. That's irritating about me. Or I'll just satisfy all of you, like, critics out there. It's because I fucking read a list of symptoms and I went in and I knew how to say it. Bollocks. I gave him some very real fucking examples, like the hospital example, and a few other examples of just, look, that's just what can happen. That's not me thinking it. And I also told him about the fact that I'd never looked up schizotypal personality disorder. I'd heard of it. I'd actually shared an Aquarius personality disorder 4 years ago. Almost to the fucking day. I was like, wow, what a prophecy, because it's called Aquarius schizotypal personality disorder. Aquarius personality disorder. So it's like, apparently it's just my star sign. But I'd never heard of it. I'd never read up on it. I'd had heard of it. And I just fucking, wow, that's fucking me. And when your best friend was flabbergasted at how accurately it described you specifically, right down to the specifics, not just the, oh yeah, he does a bit. Well, I do now and then. That's what most people think. If they do something now and then, they obviously get the symptom. No, it's when it fucking dominates every fucking aspect of your life and you can't think in an organised fashion and you can't finish the washing up. You feel good because you did 2 loads of laundry in a day. You didn't lose your temper. You didn't cry. You didn't fall out with anyone. You didn't fall in love with anyone. I do fall in love fucking easily. It's like everything. If I love you, I fucking love you. If I like you, I really like you. If you make me smile, you make me massively smile. Just the volume's gone up because I'm emotionally unstable. That is now my excuse for everything, and I'm going to expect the world to revolve around me. No, I want to get better. I want to get better. So I've been referred for a course of DBT, and he's also said, if you find the process of the DBT difficult, he said, he's going to see me again in March. I should be starting mid to late February. So if you find the process difficult, we might reintroduce some ADHD meds. Don't know about that. Depends what he offers me. If he offers me Everlance, I will take them, because I've just heard so much good shit about Everlance. I will fucking take them. If he offers me any fucking SNRIs, I'll tell him to poke him up his bottom hole. Sertraline, like that can have an effect on ADHD if you're a predominantly serotonin deficient ADHD type. And I don't know if I am. I think I'm more dopamine deficient ADHD type. But I don't know if I want SDRIs. I don't know. Releases maybe, but nah, reuptake inhibitors can poke it. Maybe, I don't know. But I just see, like I said, I will work with it at the time because I didn't get on with ADHD meds before, but then I had a hell of a lot of, I was a different person before. It was before my meltdown. When I started taking them. Who knows, maybe it caused my meltdown. Who knows, maybe they drugged me into this. Maybe they've been trying to get me my whole life. Ever since I was born, they've been planning what to do with me, and that's why they're slapping this label on me, because that's how fucking important I am. Because I'm a fucking narcissist. I'm a fucking big head. I'm a fucking show off. I fucking love myself. I fucking do. There's loads of me to love.